Welcome back to my channel. Hey guys, what's up? So today I'm going to be talking about your next relationship. So I'm going to be looking at the person you're getting into a relationship with, and that's going to be, regardless of gender or anything. I'm going to be trying to pull possibly some physical characteristics, personality traits, just to give you a little bit of an idea. And then, yeah, we'll just take it from there. So the first thing I'm going to do is spray some holy water so I can cleanse this space, set my intention for working with spirit guides and the angels. And now we're just going to pull some runes. Let's see. Alright, you guys know the drill. I'll give you a few seconds to pick whichever rune calls out to you the most, and then we'll move on to the reading. Alright guys, if you need any more time, go ahead and pause the video. Okay, so the first rune is something I don't think I've ever pulled before, and it talks about a lot of interesting information. So this is a general reading, and I'm going to be saying that through every pile as a reminder. So not everything that I say in this pile is probably going to apply to you, because I am reading for multiple people. But I'm going to read the little description it says about this rune, and maybe something in this will be true for you. So it talks about ventures that succeed within 6 to 12 months, so that could be when you meet this person or when this relationship takes off. It also talks about a route to success that's more conventional and may take a little bit longer time, but leads to, that long-lasting success, the promise of better days ahead. It talks about fertility, meaningful relationships, and love and sex magic. So this is definitely a rune that is applicable to today's reading. Now, based off of the description I just read, this could be someone that you end up having kids with, if that's something that you're looking for at this time as a confirmation. It does also tell me that this isn't going to be a relationship that is super quick and burns out, those kind of like flame relationships. This is going to be something that might take a little bit longer to take off, but it will be lasting longer as well. And again, it says meaningful relationship and love magic. So, I'm pretty excited to look into this pile, but I'm going to go ahead and start shuffling, and let's see if we can pull some information about this person. So for group 1, who is the person they'll be in a relationship with next? Oh my gosh, okay. Take those two. Let's see what else we got going on. And I'm not going to read reversals on this video either, guys, just wanted to let you know. There's a lot of information about this person. Alright, we'll leave it at this one right here. Is that meant to come out? We'll take it. We'll see. Okay, so on the bottom of the deck we have the 2 of bows, and then I went ahead and split it, and we have the 10 of bows, and those are also the wand suit in the original deck. Sorry, it stopped focusing. There we go. So, the 2 of Wands or 2 of Bows talks about decision-making and planning, and the 10 of Wands talks about responsibility or life lessons, and in some cases, burdens. But we'll look at this relationship and we'll see what comes up. But so far what I'm getting is that this person isn't much of a risk taker. they might be used to being the person who's always responsible in a situation, someone who really likes to look and plan before they make a move. So that could be why this relationship takes a little bit of time to take off, because this person really wants to make sure that they're making the right decision. And that might not necessarily be about you. Like, they could know that you're the person they want to be with, but they don't know if it's the right time, you know? Okay, so we have the Wanderer, or the Fool, that came out first. So that's a new beginning. Let's see what else. The Wheel, yep. So we have the Fool and the Wheel, and the Wheel talks about a change in karmic cycles, destiny, big changes overall, really. So yes, with that, those are two major arcana that came out, and they both talk about like kind of a fresh start. So I'm seeing that when this person does come into your life, it could be correlating with a lot of changes going on. So that could be a sign for you, is when everything seems to start changing in your life. Oh, then we have the Sun. Look at those major arcana just popping out all over the place, and how beautiful are they? So yes, when you might be going through a lot of changes in your life, that could operate, I don't know why I want to say operate, that's a weird word choice. Maybe that has something to do with things. But when you are going through a bunch of changes, that might be what causes the space allowed for this person to come in. I think you're also going to be at a good point in your life. So when you're feeling happy, like you do go through these changes, you're kind of focusing on things going on around you. You're not really wanting for anything. You're in a good headspace, mentally, emotionally. That's when this person might come in. And then we also have the Knight of Stones, and that is that same energy of this rune that talks about something that may take a while to progress, but when it does, it's going to stick around. It's going to last. So with what I'm seeing for characteristics of this person that you're going to be with, just as I was saying earlier with these energies from the bottom of the deck that I pulled, when I said that this person is someone who is a careful planner, again, I'm seeing that with the Knight of Stones. Like, they're not someone who rushes in. They're very methodical about their approach to things. Okay, so I also just got this message that you may already know this person. If that applies to you, then this may not take as long as it's saying it's going to take, but it might be kind of the equal and opposite message of, it has been taking a long time for this to take off. And that is wise, because this person is trying to do things correctly. And we have the Tower, again, that's another big major arcana card that talks about change. So this person, when they do come into your life, or if they're already in your life, and this relationship correlates with a lot of change, I'm also seeing that this relationship is going to change a lot of things for you as well. Ace of Vessels, the Ace of Cups, that talks about new beginnings and love specifically, or emotional offers. It also talks about divine offering this love to you. So this is a divinely protected connection. The Five of Cups. So in this deck, the Five of Cups is about ecstasy, and you can see this woman is dancing. In the traditional deck, the card can talk about past disappointments. So I'm starting to get like two different readings here. So you're either going to be in Group A or Group B. In one reading, again, I'm seeing that you're going through a bunch of changes. At some point, this person comes into your life, and although things may seem to take a little bit to take off, it's going to be very long-lasting. The second group I'm seeing is that you already know this person, and you may have been waiting on them for a while to kind of make the decision to come in and be with you. So, I'm seeing that if you have been kind of like taking the more like negative side of this card of like having past disappointments, then this could be talking about like that love coming in to correct those past disappointments, right? Or in Group 1, I'm seeing the more positive version of this card of like feeling like when this love comes in, this sense of joyous relief almost, of like you have everything that you could ever want. In either case, it is positive looking forward. Queen of Vessels. Okay, So the Queen of Vessels or the Queen of Cups is someone who holds a lot of love, a lot of nurturing love. So this person could be very nurturing, very loving. Three of Stones, creativity. It also talks about work. So this person could be very creative. They could be involved in a creative profession, or they could just take their career pretty seriously. Again, with that Nine of Pentacles energy and all this kind of this responsibility that keeps coming up. This person really takes responsibility. I don't want to keep using that word, but it's all I can think of. They really take that seriously. You know, they take their job seriously. They take their responsibility seriously. You know, they're very secure. I'm getting a very earthly energy, but I do see a lot of water too. So it could be that they have earth or water in their chart. What else? The Lovers. Okay, well, yes, that's an obvious. So you guys definitely have a connection that turns romantic, which isn't surprising because that is this reading. The Eight of Bows. Okay, so the Eight of Bows, the Eight of Wands is talking about quick progression, quick action. Okay, so for my group A over here that I had that first scenario, even though, okay, nope, pausing. Okay, what they're saying is, when you meet this person, there's instant chemistry, there's instant passion. You feel this connection, and then that's where that kind of lingering comes in of like, well, why is this all of a sudden slowing down? It's like, well, the reason it's starting to go slow is because this person wants to make sure they plan everything so that it works out. They really care about you. They really feel like there's a connection here. They want it to go somewhere. So they're not going to be too hasty one way or the other. They're going to be a little, a control freak a little bit about it, and not, you know, in an endearing way. It's not in a well, maybe partially frustrating, because you're just like, all right, come on, let's go. Like, I feel like you're way more in this Eight of Wands energy with this person. Like, okay, like, you know, we have a connection. Let's do this. Everything's fine in my life. Everything's good in your life. Like, let's keep pushing forward. But they want to take it slow because that's how they know it works. For my group B here that already knew this person, it hasn't taken a while to take off. What I'm seeing for you guys is once this change comes about and this person finally makes that decision that they're going to be with you, everything's going to start happening very quickly. So again, whichever resonates with you, that's going to be the one. Let's see what else we got. We got the Four of Cups, which can talk about boredom or distraction. Yeah, so it's in either case, I'm seeing that this is going to come at a time when you don't see things coming, because there's so much going on in your life already when this does drop in. There's so many changes going on. This person could be going through a transformation, which is why it keeps pointing these cards out to me about change and transformation. But because of that, when this person does come around, you're going to be focused on other things. Or you're going to be, you could be like distracted. You could be bored, like if you're group B and you know who this person is and you're like, all right, come on, let's make a move already, you know, that kind of energy. Then you might be feeling a little bit like, oh, this is not going anywhere, it's a little bit hopeless, and all of a sudden things change and it's progressing super fast. If you do not know this person and you're part of group A, then I see this as more of like the distraction, right? So you've got so many things going on in your life, you're not really paying attention to one thing or the other, and boom, this person just comes in and changes things again. And the last card is the Two of Cups, which is like a soulmate card for me. So with the Lovers and the Two of Cups, I'm seeing that this is a destined connection, especially with that Wheel of Fortune back here. So this is going to be a major relationship. It's going to be something that's lasting. Again, that Knight of Pentacles, that rune, it's saying it's pushing for something that is going to lead to lasting success. So, possibly someone you end up having kids with, take it or leave it if it resonates or not. But I'm not seeing this as a relationship that's going to be in and out of your life, right? This is going to be something that's substantial and lasts for a good time. Okay. So I'm going to move these cards real quick. Now that we know a little bit about the person, a bit about the relationship, I'm going to try to pull some cards that will help us get some characteristics of the person that you're going to be with. This could be physical, this could be more personality traits. I won't know until I get what comes up here, guys. But that's what we're looking for. All right, group 1's future romantic partner. Wow. Okay. On the bottom of the deck we have, oh, by the way, this is a Mythical Oracle for, what? Mythical Oracle deck. So it's about Greek mythology. But this bottom of the deck energy is Zeus, it's divine expansion. I often see this card as like a spiritual meaning. So someone, or like spiritual expansion, trying to look into spirituality, or they could be someone who is just focused on self-improvement in general. And again, they take that responsibility on of being the most stable that they can be, whether it's career or even just like personal growth. Like they really care about this. Very earthly energy, I'm telling you. So that's not very surprising that that came out. But let's see, oh, as the overall energy for this person. Someone like, and even, do you see the green energy? Again, that like earth energy, I'm telling you. So I just see this person as someone who's constantly looking for ways to improve, keep going, pushing forward. They never give up. They've always got something they're working on. What else about this person? Ooh, okay, we have Eros. So Eros is also better known as Cupid, but in this deck he is defined as desire. So there is a lot of passion in this connection. This person's very passionate. You're probably very attracted to them. A lot of like sexual chemistry for 18 plus. Okay. Hephaestus, work. Again, I'm telling you, for the 50th time, this person is very, like, driven. A very hard worker. Okay, what else do we have? The journey. So I'm taking that, like, these two cards are just keep reaffirming that divine expansion. They're just constantly on the journey, you know, they're never quite reach their destination, right? So they're always working, always moving forward. Crossroads. Interesting. Okay, so that gives us a little bit more insight with all those, the Wheel of Fortune, the Fool, the Tower that's coming up. This person might be making a decision soon that changes everything, or you, no, because it's about this person. So yes, I see this person making a decision that kind of, changes everything, that leads them to you. This like destiny-fueled moment here. Okay, we have Poseidon, which is Earthshaker. Interesting. With Aphrodite, love. Achilles, which is glory. Sorry, I'm just trying to get through these because there was so much information that came out about this person. We have Aries, which is battle. Persephone, awakening. Well, this is crazy. Okay, Faith, which is Orpheus. Themis, I hope I'm saying that right. Natural order. It's also number 10. I felt compelled to say that. If you've been seeing 10s lately, it could be a sign of this person coming into your life soon. Or you will be seeing 10s when this person is about to enter your life. It also is talking about a completion of a cycle, so that makes sense. Hermes, which is messages. And the last two, Dionysus, freedom, and Pan, nature. Alright guys, I know that is a lot of information. I'm going to try to pick out some of the details here as best as I can without overwhelming you more than I already have. So, there's quite a few cards in here that, again, talk about this person's work ethic, and I know I keep harping on that, but that's going to be a really big sign for when you meet this person, or if it is someone you already know, that this is something you notice about them. They are constantly working. They're a very hard worker, possibly to their detriment, you know, because you can't overwork yourself, and this person is the type of person that would do something like that. I also see that there is a huge change coming, besides the tarot cards, we have a lot of these oracle cards indicating that as well, with the awakening and the crossroads, natural order, the battle, earthshaker. So this person, I think they're about to hit a very crazy point in their life where a bunch of things change. And again, for you too, I think you're going through a lot of transformational energies. And it's interesting because with this Earthshaker energy here, what that's telling me is that both of your lives are being shaken up. You know, I see it almost as like this earthquake that's going on where everything in your life is kind of being put under the ringer so that you align to your highest potential, right? So within the timeline, where however long that is for you, however long it takes for you to meet this person or for you guys to come together, while you're waiting on that, what's going to be going on is everything in your life is going to be under scrutiny, right? So anything that you need to let go of, whether it's, you know, past karma, you know, and that could be old thought patterns and beliefs that are hindering you, like self-worth issues. It could be a variety of things, or possibly relationships you're in that are hindering you, or just issues with boundaries. You know, it really could be a variety of things. Everything that makes up your daily life right now is going to be going under scrutiny. What things can you get rid of that will allow you to step into your highest potential and your highest vibrational energy? And that's signaling a huge change in transformational energy where you're being awoken to a higher truth, a higher potential, the next step on your divine path. And I feel like this person is mirroring you, and in fact, they are going through this transformation as well. So when everything changes and is shaken up, that gives the space and the new for you guys to come together, right? So where you guys have been before, whether or not you know this person, it was not allowing you guys to be together in the way that destiny wants you to be together. So now there's this earth shaking, literally, change happening, transformation in both of your lives to kind of awaken you to this truth that you guys are going to be together, and that requires you to let go of a lot of things that aren't serving you because you guys align at your highest potential. So that's a really big message, that, you know, if you are feeling bored, as one of those cards suggested, or you might even be overwhelmed by the amount of transformation you're going through, you should know that this transformation that is here or is coming is to bring you guys together, and they're mirroring you in that aspect. But what else can I say about this person besides that they're hardworking? Again, there's a lot of passion energy. There's a lot of love here. There's love and desire, and even in that rune it was love and sex magic. So there's a really nice balance here between the lust in your connection and that passion driven energy and the love here, which is really nice. There's also glory, so this person might chase glory a little bit. So they might be the kind of person that does work so hard because they like the title of things, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. I'm just pointing it out that could be a thing. Like, they like the accomplishment of the achievement of things, the badge of honor, if you will. This is definitely someone who's destined to come in your life. That's coming up with the cards with the natural order and the faith again. Just got to keep pushing forward until you meet this person. They might have some connection with nature as well because Pan came up, so that could be related to their job, or maybe they really like being in nature. Is there anything else? Alright, I feel called to pull like one or two more tarot cards for you guys. Is there anything else you want to say about this pile? What's on the bottom? The Nine of Pentacles again. Alright, so this card flipped out pretty violently. The Page of Bows. Okay. Yeah, so that relates to the Hermes card that I didn't really touch on, which is the messages. So there might be a message coming from this person soon, and I feel like that is more related to Group B if you already know this person. We have the World, yes, ultimate fulfillment. It also talks about the completion of cycles, like from start to finish. So again, huge transformational energy. With the Wheel, okay. What are you guys trying to harp on me about that I haven't already said? Okay, the Moon, yeah. So if you're watching this video when I post it, we are under the influence of a new moon right now. Tomorrow is actually going to be the new moon, so this could happen within the next month. That's a really crazy message. This transformation is going to be happening within the next month. Not necessarily you meeting this person, the Fool again, yes. But this huge transformational energy that's calling you to let go of everything, it's going to be within this cycle. And the Sun. It also tells me, the Moon is also telling me, especially if you're not watching it when I post it, the Moon says that there's a lot going on behind the scenes that you don't necessarily see. That you don't necessarily see that is going to come to light here with the Sun. The Five of Stones to the Hierophant. Yeah, and then we have the Page of Cups and the Two of Stones. So the final message for you guys is that if you're struggling to find a sense of routine or balance or purpose, you should know that you don't have to wait too much longer for all of that to come under review. And this time of personal view is going to be very important, because the better that you can clean out the junk from your life, not only the faster will you meet this person, but the faster you're going to be attaining this happiness that you're looking for. Because this happiness isn't within this relationship or this person. This comes from the inside, as you can see, right? So the reason that you end up in this relationship is because you attain this. You don't attain this because you end up in the relationship. And that might be a really important message for you guys to think about. So this transformational time, even though it brings you to this person, that's not your ultimate goal here. The transformation is for you to be happy. So, just wanted to touch on that a bit. But yeah, I think that's all the messages for you guys. Thanks so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Hi Group 2, if you picked the second rune, then this reading is going to be for you. So I'm going to start off talking about this rune a little bit. This rune is called the Pole Star or Guiding Star, which of course reminds me of the tarot card, the Star, which talks about dreams coming true. And in that connection, this rune also talks about dreams coming true. It could also talk about long distance or long-term travel, so this might be someone that you end up having a long-distance relationship with, or at one point you do or did. Not did, because it's in the future, unless, you know, it's an ex coming back. In that case, take that as a confirmation. The other things that this rune talks about is a worthwhile path regardless of difficulties and truth being revealed. So that's a lot of information starting out. What that's telling me is that, oh my gosh, you guys, I know you didn't see that stinks. I'm going to leave it. If you see this card, oh, and it just dropped. Cool. Is the Star, just like the rune. How cool is that? Can't make that up, man. Okay, so, the Star just, again, is wish fulfillment, and it's divine. It's a major arcana card, which tells me that this is not only a destined connection, and that, you know, the stars are watching over it and blessing it, but it is a wish come true. That's what that card symbolizes for me. So, this could be someone that you've been waiting on a while, or a connection you've been waiting on a while to happen. When it does finally happen, is one message I'm getting from that. The other message I'm getting is that it just really is a dream come true. You guys could end up traveling together. But let's see what cards come out. I'm gonna reshuffle them as I always do, but I just wanted to point out the two cards that came up front were the Lovers and the Knight of Pentacles. And the Knight of Pentacles is talking about slow moving energy. It's slow, but it's steady, right? So what do I mean by that? It means that even if this relationship takes a while to come into fruition, or even if it goes slower than you would like it to, the reason it's worthwhile so much and worth the wait is because when it does arrive, it's everything that you wanted it to be and more. Ah yes, Four of Swords, the Rest card. Yep. Knight of Bows. Okay. So, what this is telling me is that you guys might have been single for a while. Or at least looking for a new relationship for a while. Kind of feeling like you've just been focusing on yourself. I guess I'm not going to reshuffle this one. They're just going to come out. Sorry. But yes, you guys have been probably focusing on healing for a good bit of time, trying to work through some stuff, but just kind of in a stagnant energy overall. And with this Knight of Bows or the Knight of Wands energy, that's telling me you're rearing to go. You're ready to move forward with this. Ten of Wands and the Two of Cups. Right, okay, so you've been focusing on yourself, and there's this kind of underlying burden here that you are ready for this relationship to come through, but it's just not showing up yet. Alright, that's great. Can we talk about this person that they're going to be with now? We have Judgment with the Ace of Wands. Okay, so this little spiel I gave up here is acknowledgement. Yes, we see that you've been working hard to get to this relationship. We understand it's been taking a while, but when this person does come in, they're going to ignite this passion and excitement back into your life exactly the way that you wanted it to. What else? It's sort of a call to action. This Judgment card is about like aligning to your true purpose. It's also about divine timing. So even though it feels like it has been taking a while, you have to understand that sometimes things just need time to form, so that when they do form again, we're pulling back to that rune, when they do form, it's exactly what you want it to be, right? And on the bottom of the deck, there's the Sun. So the Sun is about the happiest energy that you could possibly fathom here. See what else comes out. Alright, so these three fell on my lap. So we have the Two of Swords, the Five of Wands, and the Two of Bows. Okay, so it's interesting having these two cards split, right? Because the Two of Swords is about going internally and like mental decision-making energy, and the Two of Wands is much more abrasive, right? You're looking out into the world, you're planning. So this card can talk about making decisions based off of your intuition versus your environment. It could also talk about feeling unsure about what decision to make versus understanding this is a decision I want and the planning stages that go along with that. But with the Five of Wands here in the middle, this card typically talks about a bit of conflict, and I usually read it as an internal conflict, and as I'm reading it here with these two cards splitting it, that's kind of what I'm seeing. So I think you have been sitting in an energy long enough where you're confused about where to go next. And the card that came out is healing. So like I was saying earlier, I think you've been trying to do a lot of inner work on healing. And now you're just wondering, well, where do I go from here? And the answer is the Ten of Cups, and that's ultimate emotional fulfillment. So what does this tell me about the person you're going to end up being with, right? So this person is a dream come true. This person has manifested into your life, or when they do, it's because you have found a sense of patience and you have healed everything that you need to. There's so much energy going on here that does talk about resting, like letting yourself be in the moment, right? This Two of Swords came up right underneath the Four of Swords, and those cards are both, if you look at the imagery, very patient, very calm, very relaxed, right? So this butterfly here is talking about that transformation that goes on when you allow the stillness of your environment to kind of play out, right? Because working hard is great. You should put work into whatever you're doing, even, self-improvement, spirituality, your career, your family life. Putting in work is good, but there are times where you need to take a step back and allow the world to change around you to catch up to you. And that's kind of where we seem to be. And we have, so the Ten of Cups came out, and then we have the Nine of Cups with the Ace of Cups, which is a 10 again. So that's crazy confirmation energy, but this talks about new beginnings in love and also personal satisfaction, fulfillment. So the person that you're manifesting into your life is also someone who's done a lot of healing work and has come to a place of, like, a really great place of peace. So, you might be someone who's used to taking on other people's baggage. So you could be very empathetic as a person, and you just kind of take in people's issues and try to heal for them. And in turn, that is what's caused you to step back and reassess your boundaries so that you can heal yourself and not keep taking on other people's crap. But at the same time, you're feeling, a little bit bored with where you are. Now, that's understandable. The good news is this person that's coming into your life, because you have taken the time to heal and work through your issues that were attracting people with issues to come in and find you, now because you're in a good place, you're attracting someone who's in that same energy, who's in a really great place, right? So that's a really beautiful message, that this person is full of love. Not only are they full of self-love, but that allows them to be full of love for you too. And there's so much love in this relationship. It's abundant, it's overflowing. Yep, oh my goodness. We have the Six of Pentacles, and on this card it talks about exploitation. That's exactly what I mean. You guys have been struggling with boundaries, is what I'm getting. You've allowed people to take advantage of you, and that's something that you really needed to heal from and take, those steps back. So now that you're not emitting that energy of allowing people to use you, you're attracting someone who's not going to use you. This person that's coming into your life at the right time is coming in because you've done that transformational work. And they're going to be much better for you. And that last card that wanted to pop out was the Four of Bows. It talks about celebration. It's also the 1111 card. And again, with that Judgment card I was talking about earlier, that's divine timing. The fours that keep coming out are about stability. So again, this pile is so much about, like, having this inner state of peace so that you can attract someone with that same energy. And on the bottom of the deck, we have the King of Pentacles. Whoa. And the Mirror, which is the Hanged Man. It talks about a change of perception, right? So when you move into this energy of the King of Pentacles, someone who is stable and healed and not accepting anyone else's crap, you're going to be attracting someone who has that love to give you instead of draining it from you. And again, those fours, talking about stability here. So when that rune was saying going through some difficulties to end up at that really beautiful spot, you guys might have dealt with a lot of, losers in your life. People that just drained the soul out of you because they needed something that they couldn't seem to provide for themselves. And you kept giving and giving and giving, and that only kept attracting more people who were just draining you. And that's why you needed to take a step back and go, whoa, I need to heal whatever is going on in my life so that I don't keep attracting the same people. But now I'm going to take these Mythic Oracle cards over here. And these cards might tell me a little bit about your person's physical appearance or their personality traits. We'll see what comes out. But group 2, this person they're going to be with. Alright, bottom of the deck we have Athena, wisdom. Yep, wise choice. That's what I'm getting. This person is a wise choice compared to the other people that you have invited into your life in the past. And when I split the deck, we got Aphrodite, love. Yes, 10 of Cups energy, 9 of Cups energy, Ace of Cups energy that I pulled before. It's all here. Let's see what else we can get from this person. We have Iris, which is harmony. I do not know how to pronounce this woman's name. If you know, please tell me. It's very complicated. But her little, let me see if I can focus, sorry. There we go. Her card thing is inspiration, and I did have a friend look her up and say that she has a lot to do with memory. So that's interesting. We have Chiron, which is healing. Helios, illumination. He's the sun. So you have Helen of Troy, beauty. And Thanatos, which is death. Okay, this is such a beautiful, beautiful spread, guys. So that death card, I know that seems a little bit harsh at first, but what that's saying to me is that this person is a complete transformation compared to all those other people that you've been with, right? And so that transformation has come into this harmonious, peaceful place. Like, this person isn't draining you or, you know, causing conflict in your life. In fact, they're extremely healing. You guys are very healing to each other. They have such a bright aura, you know, they just radiate sunshine and love. And with this beauty card, I'm seeing that not only are they physically attractive, right, but they see the beauty in you. There's a lot of inner beauty going on in this card as well, and that's individual and in the connection. So this relationship I'm seeing is very pure, very loving, very giving, and there's no one who's taking advantage of the other person, right? It's very balanced. It's very bright. There's so much like illumination going on, like besides the literal illumination card, right? Like, look at these like bright spots. I feel like that's what your connection is, right? It's just like this bright spot, especially if you have had like a rougher past. Oh, I almost forgot. These two cards are over here too. Yep. It's cycles and crossroads. How perfect is that with that death card, right? So you're breaking out of those cycles. You're hitting this crossroads where you're no longer making the same mistakes or decisions that you have in the past, especially in regards to romantic connections. You're moving out of that into a much more harmonious and beautiful connection. So I see a lot of karmic cycles breaking for you guys, and that's what this time period has been about, is breaking those cycles, healing from it, so that you can just kind of sit in the stillness and wait for the divine timing of this person to come in. Because even though you've done the work, right, and that boredom sets in of just like, all right, well, I did everything, now what? Just be satisfied with where you're at so that you can invite someone in your life who is satisfied with their at, and then you guys can grow together, right? So that's what I'm seeing for you guys. Thanks so much for watching this video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Alright, group 3, if you pick the third rune, then this reading is gonna be for you. So let's talk about what this rune means real quick before we get into the reading. So, this rune talks about acceptance of weaknesses in self and others, equality in relationships, striving for perfection, learning and new skills. So, what does that mean? So this tells me that this relationship is going to be something that teaches you a ton, or this person in particular just teaches you so much and helps you grow in a very exponential way, so that's really cool. I'm going to start shuffling and pull some cards, and so the way that this reading has kind of been moving through the other groups is that I'm going to tell you a bit about kind of where you're at, where this relationship is at, and then we'll try to get more into characteristics of that person. But for group 3, we're going to talk about this relationship that's coming, the person in particular. We can they want to talk a lot about what's going on right now. Alright, bottom of the deck is the Two of Swords. It says injustice on this card, but I like to think about this card as either indecision or using your intuition to make a decision. Oh, and then when we split the deck, King of Arrows, that's about using your head to make decisions, your logical thinking, analyzing something. So, that's interesting. There does seem to be a bit of indecision based off of these two cards here. And that doesn't necessarily mean about your relationship or this person. It's just, there's that. That could be where you're at in life right now. But let's see. Alright, the first thing we have coming out is the King of Wands. Let's see what else comes out. Then we have the Four of Pentacles, which talks about protection or maybe guarding yourself, guarding your feelings. We have the Ten of Swords, and that's talking about the end of a painful cycle typically. This is interesting. Maybe you guys have been going through something that's been a little bit rough lately, or the person that we're talking about has kind of been going through kind of a rough patch in their lives where they're taking some time to just kind of reground themselves here. Oh. Yep, rest. Four of Swords. Let me just show you guys real quick. Just like I was saying, they're taking that time to hit... Huh, I don't know what just happened, but... Alright, so this person is in this energy where they're taking that time to be in this, you know, butterfly transformation, right? Sorry, I'm trying to get it to focus. It does not want to focus. Hello? There we go. Okay, sorry. This person is resting because they've been through a lot. That's what I'm getting. Wow. Okay. What else is going on? We have the Stag, which is strength. And we have the Five of Arrows, which is talking about frustration. Goodness gracious. This person is going through it. I don't know if it's you guys or the person that you're in a connection with in the future. Next up we have the King of Pentacles with the World. Oh, I'm not shuffling them. What am I doing? Usually I don't read reverse, but that came out so clearly reversed, I'm going to take it. So the Moon reversed, the Four of Cups, the Seven of Cups, and the Journey, which is also the Death card. Okay. Wow. What is going on here? So I don't want you guys to freak out because I know instantaneously with all these kind of negative cards, some people are going to think, oh my god, my relationship's going to be messed up. That's not necessarily what this means. What I am seeing though is that the person that you're connecting with or you have just really been going through it and they are trying to heal from it. There's just a lot of conflict. There's a lot of mental conflict. I'm seeing some issues in their environment. There's a lot of sadness that they're trying to work through. There is clearly something that happened in you or your person's life that has just been kind of too much for them to handle, and they've had to shut down to take some time for themselves and just recover from whatever is going on here. With the Moon reversed, that's talking about illusions, right? And so not quite seeing things as they are, and that's part of the issue as well. What I'm seeing is that there was sort of a break in illusion here, right? There is something that this person or you thought was going one way, and then it turns out there's this revelation that it was nothing like you thought, and it was very hurtful, very painful experience to kind of have this shift occur. And now they're just kind of transforming everything in their life, or you are transforming everything in your life to recover from this and try to have the strength to pull out of it and heal yourself so that you can come to a more like stable place where you're getting ultimate fulfillment, because you just want to be back to feeling complete within yourself, feeling like you kind of have it together and you know what's going on, just, you know, recovering from this mess. Goodness. So, I know that I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but with this energy, that's telling me that it's going to be a little bit before you guys end up in this next relationship, because there's just a lot going on here, and you don't want to get into a relationship with someone who's dealing with all of this, you know? Or, like, if this is you going through all this, I know you're kind of hoping for a bright spot of that next relationship, especially if this was like a breakup or something, but I'm telling you guys, you really just need to heal from it before you look for something. And I'm going to try to pull some cards about, you know, this next person, but if this is about the person you're going to be with, it's just not the right time. And that doesn't mean that it's not going to be you know, soon enough. You know, it could still be within a few months. It just really depends on them recovering from this. This is just a lot of negative energy, and it's not the time to try to enter a relationship with someone who's feeling this way, right? You gotta give them that rest time to transform into someone who's ready to be there, right? Let's see if I can pull any more tarot cards. I really don't feel like this is reflecting your relationship, so don't feel nervous about that. It's just, if, like, this is just, one scenario, so don't take it as the truth of the reading, because I'm just kind of coming up with this. But let's say that this is someone you know, and you've been kind of waiting for them to come into your life, right? Well, with this rune that was talking about accepting someone's like weaknesses and kind of integrating, this situation is teaching you so much about how to be patient with someone and allow them to go through what they need to go through to be ready for that relationship. So try to come into a place of acceptance that even though this can't happen right now, there's a lot of growth that's going on. You know, this person is trying to grow, you're trying to grow, so that you can be ready in a better version of a relationship, right? Because this just isn't the energy you want to come into, like I'm saying. And while I was beginning to talk, I split the deck, and I got the Six of Swords alongside the Eight of Cups. And the Six of Swords talks about a transition, the Eight of Cups talks about a rebirth. So as I was saying, like, there's just some stuff that needs to be left behind, and this transition needs to happen so that when you guys do come together, it's starting off on, like, the right foot. What else do you want to tell me about this person? Alright, we have the Eight of Bows, which is the Eight of Wands. Let's see what else is coming out. We have the Page of Bows. Interesting. Okay, so communication messages might be coming through. For some reason, I'm getting divine messages coming through, so you might be getting number synchronicities about this, pointing you into the direction you need to be focusing on right now. Knight of Pentacles. Let me pull a couple more cards before I start talking. Judgment. Oop. The Shaman, which is also the Magician. I just split that to the Emperor. Alright, so we have the Two of Bows, the Six of Cups, and the Knight of Pentacles. And the Two of Bows is also Two of Wands. Sorry, I keep switching back and forth between the original deck suits and this deck suits. Okay, there's one more thing that I want to clarify before I talk about this. So I'll leave those energies out here. Alright, we have the Six of Wands on the bottom, which is abundance. Okay. King of Swords came out with the Page of Cups alongside the Queen of Swords. Alright. So I'm looking at this energy of the Eight of Wands over here with this conflicting Knight of Pentacles, and I'm seeing this like fast moving action paralleled with this slow moving action. And so I'm wondering, is this something that you guys have been waiting on, or is this something that's going to take a bit of time? Because it's either like quick, slow, quick, slow. So I'm trying to figure out exactly like what that means. And so it's an interesting message, but here's just what I'm getting. Taking a long time, faster than you think. And with the divine pair of the Queen of Arrows and King of Arrows, there's some sort of energy that needs to be learned by both of you that embodies this Swords energy, right? So the Swords energy can talk about logic, patience, planning, and mainly this Nine of Pentacles energy of just coming into yourself and being stable. And then, as I was talking, the Ace of Bows popped out, which is that new beginning, that passionate beginning. So I think even though it is taking a bit of time, once it does arrive, it's going to be very quick moving from there, which is a message I got in one of the other readings. So if one of the other piles resonated with you, I do ask that you go and watch it, just because there might be a message in there for you. But it's very interesting. I can't seem to get, like, quite a handle, and that may be because there's a split in this group where some of you guys, it's taking longer than others. Like, you... it just depends, I suppose. And then I did split it on the Two of Arrows, which is, again, that, like, one way or the other. So I'm going to go ahead and take that as confirmation. Yes, for some people, and I'm sorry that, you know, this is a general reading, so it's not going to apply for everyone, but there is a split in the group where for some people, it's going to take more time than for others. But it is going to arrive, and it will arrive at the time that it's supposed to. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to do is pull some cards from the Mythic Oracle right over there, and hopefully get some information about this person you're going to be with, whether it is physical or personality characteristics. So far I've just been getting personality, but we'll see. You'll never know. Okay. Alright, Odysseus, the journey on the bottom. Splitting it to Thanatos with is death. So, transformation occurring. Well, yes, that's absolutely true based off the energy I was picking up in that first pull of cards there. That there is this big transformation occurring in this person's life. Alright, we have Zeus, divine expansion. We have Cycles, which is Kronos. We have Humility. I'm just going to start laying them out. Chiron, Healing, Hecate, Crossroads, Hades, the Underworld, Selene, Intuition, Apollo, Clarity, Perseus, Courage. Alright, let's talk about this person. So, this person is someone who's very courageous, very humble. That clarity, again, with like those Queen and King of Swords, there's someone who, if they don't necessarily think with their mind very much, like they might be a more emotional person, just possibly. If that is the case, they're being pushed to discover the more logical, analytical side of life and thinking through that aspect. They are, okay, I'm getting told they're getting clarity on that situation that, you know, that illusion broke, and all of a sudden they're getting this like, okay, instead of the illusions, I'm going to start following my intuition, and this kind of break between the illusion they believed, this clarity. So now they're here coming into this time of intuition, which is a completion of a cycle for them. I'm also seeing the crossroads here, healing. So they're in a place where they're healing. They're really trying to just, with the underworld, they're taking time for themselves, right? They're just trying to heal from this. That is such a big message in this pile, is like, don't try to rush this connection, because this person really is just in a place where they need to be alone and like working on themselves. And they're just dealing with a lot. Like, they're trying to overcome a lot right now, but they are getting through it. And then once they are through it, it's done. And then they'll be ready to be in a relationship with you. But yes, they just keep harping on this of like, this is such an important expanding time in their life where they're breaking free of a bunch of illusions, or a very big illusion that was kind of pulling the wool over their eyes. And now at this point, they're just trying to re-tap back into their intuition and achieve a place of stability. And again, that is very necessary for entering a relationship, because if someone enters a relationship on unstable ground, you know, that's not going to be good for you or the connection. Sorry guys, I know this isn't like the most exciting love reading, but I do want to be honest about what I'm seeing. And I'm seeing that this person is just in a place where they're going through a very intense transformation, a very necessary transformation, and once they come out of it, then they're going to be a great person for you. And not saying they're not great now, they're just not ready for that connection, right? So that's what I'm seeing, but I would check back in a little bit, you know, like give it a few weeks. You can just try to get some distance between the situation and recheck on this, either through one of my videos or a different tarot card reader, and see if there's any update. Maybe this person, you know, depending on that split in the group, this person's either going to really heal from it, things will take off, or they might take a little bit more time. That'll just depend, but that is what I'm seeing for you guys, and I just want to say thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one.